and Monday, and then Tuesday I got distracted. Wednesday I did some things. So no contender content has happened yet, but never say never. Wednesday night, give it enough time for Thursday. This is not going to be what you guys expect. I think, first off, can I just say, if we go to the content channel, read Nomad's thing. He gives a nice little write up. I like his week cap. I think he's tomorrow. He's also going to give something else, or maybe just on Thursday, and about predictions. And he's going to do, I think, 2 documents a week, and I think that's pretty awesome. So if I was if I was a person looking for some good contender content, check out Nomad's work. He's on Soy Boys or Soy Invictus, but he's embraced the soy, so that's the important thing. For contender, fat guys in tights seems like they did not get their shit together, and they will not be joining week 2. I'm not going to go over every game. Actually, I'm not. I'm only going to quickly go over one. Something that kind of interests me. Uh, in week 1, we had, where are they? Pool Lizard Boys versus Soy Invictus, and Soy Invictus 2-0'd. And if everybody remembers, I predicted a top 3 teams, and there was 4 teams in S tier. And let me just maybe I should also had this open, dude. Where's my display capture? I need a button. Honestly, if I just set up a button, guys, I wouldn't have any of these problems. I wouldn't have any of these problems, you know. But I'm just lazy. But I need to do it. I need to do it in the future. Oh, can I only have one? What's the difference between these two things? Whatever. We contender like tier list. I did put some thought into helmets on. Soy Invictus, ROT, Pool Lizard Boys, just underneath. I did want to say I felt like these guys were above the almost top tier. Uh, I don't really want to change any of my current tiers. WSS looked very clean with their wins, and they could be actually joining these guys. And I'm not gonna do a tier list off of 1 week. I'll wait a couple more weeks to do a new one, and I'm gonna keep this one because I will update it. Maybe make it nicer with Excel sheet, maybe, and say, "Oh, look at this team. This team went up." And obviously, this is all opinion based. Little facts go into this, especially pre-contender. Uh, Generally, this uh, isn't labeled 1 to 16. Any of these 3 teams could be my number one. I felt, but something interesting kind of happened. Helmets on got 2-0 by PSGS, and I put them here. They should not be here. I don't know how Helmets on was doing, and PSGS did really well. But I'd like to put them here. I'd almost like another tier with WSS, kind of put them there where they potentially can go top tier. Maybe Helmets on goes where Pool Lizard Boys I had, but I'm not there. The two teams in the top 4 I had a lot were the only 2 teams that went 0-2. Pool Lizard Boys and Helmets on. And in my video last week, I mentioned how crappy of a name Pool Lizard Boys is and how disappointed I was of that creative name. A viewer contacted me and okay, this is going up and sent me a video. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. I think the name's even worse now. I'm never gonna get this pi amount of minutes back in my life. Actually, pi times 2. Because I watched it twice. Because I was in shock the first time. I was like, there must be a mistake. There must be a hidden meaning I am missing. I'm not going to uh, watch this video because I've already wasted 6 minutes and 28 seconds of my life. But if you guys want to waste your time, at part 42, Pool Lizard Boy 4. But I don't even know what's fucking happening with part 42. How did they get there? And is this the fourth lizard? Like there maybe I need more story. Maybe I just have no idea. But I am not into this. Horrible. So because of that, the name is now a negative points. Okay. Also, nobody gave me suggestions to replace a team that shall not be named. Name, and it sounds like the captain refuses to change it, and the admins won't either. I apologize for that. Why, phone, are you doing that? Nobody's sending me a message. Oh, I know we're getting more COVID 19 cases. Phone, why do you have to tell me? Anyways, I digress, and I'm getting distracted because I wanted this to be a short video. Pool Lizard Boys and Soy Invictus. Soy, we're taking the 2-0. I do expect them to be a top tier team. You know, when you come in with 4 Legend 5s, 1 Legend 3, and you have players that, the one guy's been playing at Intermediate, he comes down to Contender. Generally, a team like that's going to be strong. Same reason why I thought ROT is going to do well, because they go Contender to Intermediate, and I do think that's awesome that, you know what, they go in both leagues and they've been competitive, and that's why I felt Helmets On should be as well. They did lose a player and replace them with a contender level or Archon level player, so I think the Helmets On just needs to work on that a little bit, so that'll be entertaining. Uh, but I want to go back to this, and this is something in drafting that I watch sometimes happen, and I have it here. So I have the matches of. And you know what? They obviously they're good games because the one game went to 52, and I'm not going to sit there and watch the whole entire game. But I want to briefly mention something. Obviously, okay, fine. You're banning Morana, you're banning Rubik. Nothing wrong with that. Pool Lizard Boys, they're the team that lost. They pick Lena, they pick Sven. Good hero. Good hero. You know what? Just a strong. They pick another two. They pick a Huskar at the end. Uh, You know, I guess they're trying to cheese, but personally, I think you need last pick to do something like that. And I'm not trying to pick apart your draft. I'm just, not to be mean at all. Anybody on Pool Lizard Boys, but I don't even care about this Husker pick. This is what we're here for. But a little questionable. What I'm here for is game two. So game one. Remember, you lost 54-34. If we look at the graph, they were actually winning for a while. You know, in the mid game with the Huskar, they did lose that fight, but this game was even. This is weird. Like they lost these back-to-back fights. I think this game would have been even, and eventually they win because this draft overall is just way better than this one, in my opinion. So game two, and listen, I'm not going to stop teams from doing this, but generally when you lose a game. And you know what? They still ended up doing well because Fenn's a very OP hero. So I understand if a team's going to give it to you and not going to ban it and decides to. And this team changed up their bans and picks a lot. And this is the regular season. Generally, if you lose a match, you don't pick the same two heroes. I don't think this is a real winning strategy. I see it in pro games where they pick the same two or allow the same two heroes through. Again, you see the Mars Slardar, and then they proceed to lose again. It's like what is it called? Uh, isn't the definition of insanity doing the same things over and over again and expecting different results? So I understand they picked these three heroes different, and maybe this is just your opener. This is what you want to do, but I'll be real with you. Change it up. Like you see these two heroes, and I think these two heroes are going to beat these two if this is the lane, like every time. And you lost game one. So I'm not picking on the team because I do think they're a top team. And if Go Five gets to face them, I think they'll 2-0 Go Five, which is the team I'm on. It just interests me that the losing team would have picked the same opening. It makes sense if you're the winning team. Like if you win with this, 100%. I'm just not 100% following it. So that's all I kind of wanted to point out quickly here, and this is kind of my content for the day. Is just if you lose game one, try something out. Try something different in game two. Uh, Especially I think in the regular season, I think that is important. I 100% believe this lane destroys this lane. If these, it looks like Lena actually went bot. So then you have a. Is game one? No, yeah, Grim. I think this is even worse. Yeah, I think the Venges. Ah, man, I think actually the Lena Sven might be a better lane. I don't know. I'll have to run. I'll have to run this and figure it out. My bad calling this the lane. It could be a lane. I think this lane is better than Grim Sven. I think Grim Sven have better synergy mid game. I could be wrong. You know, I'd love to look at those lane matchups, but yeah, I think don't pick the same two heroes. That's the end. I'm not gonna keep rambling on. Um, Everything else was kind of part of the course besides this match, and if you want to read Nomad's thing, you can. I'm just gonna quickly go over week two matches. I actually wrote them down here. Nope, that's not what I wrote down. I wrote down my predictions for this week. So Gren Reavers versus MTL. I think it's going to be a 1-1. I think both teams. MTL plays a lot together. Gren Reavers has a lot of team fights as potential. I think it's going to come down to team fights at the end of it all, and I think they're going to 1-1. Routers versus PSGS 0-2. I think PSGS. I think Routers is kind of a weaker team, and I think PSGS after 2-0ing helmets on has probably like a 90% chance to 2-0 Routers. Honestly, and I could be out to lunch, but that is my guess. Pool Lizard Boys and helmets on, the two teams that did end up losing, and the only two teams with 0 games. I think they're going to split 1-1. I still think they're near the top of teams. I think both teams just haven't been playing Dota at all. That's what I've been told from the Pool Lizard Boys, and as well as helmets on 1-1. The Sabres and FOTP, I think, is also going to be a 1-1. I think both teams excel at team fights, and I think it's going to come down to that. WSS versus Soy Boys. I think these two, WSS, real impressed this past week one, and I think they can take a game off of the Soy Boys, so that'll be a 1-1. And Go 5 versus Wasted. I just don't have much confidence in my team right now. Obviously, if it's me saying it, I'm 2-0 Wasted. If I'm being an analyst that's trying not to be biased, I do think Wasted will 2-0 Go 5. So that's my predictions. That's my contender content. Watch Pool Lizard 4 if you want to waste 3 minutes and 14 seconds of your life. Maybe next week content will be better, but I think Nomad does a great job. Okay, peace.